All right, we're here with Omar Lopez. He's one of the oldest people I know.
It's me and Moses.
I was going to clarify it, but then I realized that it sounded funny, so I just kind of went with it.
You're the first dude I met in San Diego.
Yeah, I know. And Farhad.
Yep. And Farhad. That was, that's wild. It was you and Tyler Olson.
Tyler?
Tyler Olson.
No way.
Yeah.
Dude, I still have Tyler's kick drum pedal. He has it in my car.
And Josh Bugel.
Wow.
Yep.
I remember, where did I see you on the auditions?
Yeah, we did like auditions, and then we,
that's when Omar was into jazz. He was trying to give into his jazz. He was trying to give into it. He still hasn't, but we're going to get him.
Frank, jazz is what brought me here.
Yeah. Jazz, prove it.
I won't.
Hey, bro, you're getting one of the merch, dude.
Yeah.
You can get a unique one.
I've been working on my upright chops. I want to start coming in.
Oh yeah, he's coming to the dark side.
I'm thinking about going to that jazz jam down in Tijuana tonight too.
Which one? At the jazz club, whatever it's called.
No, it's at some cafe and
Oh, the Praga.
No, it's a
I don't
different
know.
one. Edgar de la Torres.
Oh yeah, the guitar guy.
Yeah, but he's playing bass, so he's like functioning as bass. Because his guitar has like...
He's got like 7 strings or something. It's crazy.
Something crazy, yeah.
Yeah.
And so there's a pianist, him.
Where's it at?
drummer. I don't know, some club. I'll send you the flyer. I mean, if you want to go.
I mean, I'm not going to go.
Let's just go. Why can't we just go to Tijuana?
I got to do something till 8.
Whatever, dude.
You going to walk?
Nah, I'm going to drive.
All right.
I got global entry, so I just drive right across pretty easy.
When is it?
Starts at 7. I think it's 7 to 10 or something.
I can't go. Sorry.
Yeah. We got to start going down to Tijuana more, though.
I went there with Leonard the other day.
Yeah. Oh, you played at the jazz club?
No, we played at it was something, I don't know what it was, but it was at the Praga Cafe it was like some government thing.
Oh, was it like the big festival they had over the weekend?
No, it wasn't that recent. It was like a few months ago.
But Praga's cool. It's a nice little cafe. I've never played there. I've only been there like to get a coffee.
Yeah. They got the little side room.
They have a side room with a little mini stage,
it's like a
right?
stage, and they have amps and stuff.
And it has a piano, right? They have a piano there.
I don't remember.
That's one thing that's always a trip.
I kind of like the TJ Jazz Club though. Yeah. The one that goes down. It's kind of sick.
We need to start going down there. We need to tap into that. But part of it is going and hanging out at their jams.
Right.
Just like sparring with them, because there's some killer players down there, dude. Some beasts. What I always trip out on, like, and I get it. It just has to do with like the level of organization for the work. But like sometimes I fly to Mexico City or wherever, and it's like I'm not sure if they're gonna have bass amp for me or not. And so I'm just all, let me call the guy ahead of time. Yeah, I'm not going to fly with an amp. And so I'll like call ahead of time and try and get a confirmation. I was down there a couple of months ago with with Adrián Terrazas and Kevin Ayambadello and
I love you,
Gustavo Nandayapa. We have a band called La Mulaca. And we were playing this cool little art gallery, and we showed up, and they had like probably seating was for like 25 people, right? With a nice little cool bar, really beautiful space. And then giant PA speakers. And we're all, that's a lot of speaker for this little room. And then the guy starts showing up with the back line, and the guy at the back line brings me an amp that's like this big. The bass amp.
That's like Wolfpack style.
The bass amp was like this big. So, can you see it on camera? The bass amp was like that big. And and the PA speakers were like massive. And I was like, oh, I'm not going to use this amp. Oh, but no, it's a small room. It should be enough. I go, yeah, but it's a small room, but you want to put us through the big giant PA. So what's the point in using the small amp? I just took one of the PA speakers off the thing. They were powered. I just went directly into the PA speaker. It sounded way better than trying to play through a toy amp, you know? And it was that orange brand, which I've never really played or gotten to know.
Like a small amp? Orange amp?
Yeah, orange. Yeah, exactly. It was like the amp that they brought me that was small was a orange amp.
Dude, there's an orange amp at Mesa College that I kind of like using.
Is it killing?
No, it's small, but it's like, it's not tubed amp.
No.
They're all solid state. But there's a button where you can like kind of make it drive, and like if you put it in the right setting, it kind of sounds nice.
It sounds good. Yeah. No,
But,
I mean,
I
know that orange is a sound. Orange has a fucking cool tone. I can identify a Marshall Plexi.
See, I don't know if I could. I need to know more about electronics. Because if they all have their own sound, like what's going on? I don't understand how electricity works. I still don't get it.
Yeah. It's like once you kind of start learning about what's really happening,
like
in transduction, then you start seeing those schematics and you're like, oh, that kind of makes sense. That's a good visual aspect.
It's kind of crazy. Even just recording, I get how it works, but I still don't get it.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like a record player. I get how it works, but I still don't get how just the needle on a groove sounds like my voice.
Well, it's the simulation, so that's just what it is. That's a bunch of bullshit. This is just the simulation.
What is the simulation idea? I don't get it.
The simulation theory?
Like we're in a simulation? What does that even mean?
Yeah, that like...
So we're just in the Matrix?
Yeah, it's the Matrix, exactly. That's literally what it is.
But why, though?
Because there's an infinite amount of simulations happening, and this is just the one that we're in. Like, this is just the question for why there's a simulation. Well, why would you simulate anything? It's to like learn something from it, or experiment with something, or try and solve a problem. So say this simulation was about solving, say this humanoid's tendency to, go to war or create empires or whatever. So whoever's running the simulation is like studying all the trends and analyzing all
that's just too far down the rabbit hole for me.
Or maybe it's just like a life simulation. It's just like you are actually something else, a spirit or a energy or consciousness somewhere else that's just playing this video game, and you're embodied by this current avatar.
So 1 chord equals 6 chord? Hey, come on! You gotta admit that Spider-Man meme is kind of funny.
The Spider-Man meme got me. That one got me good.
Bro, I was having way too much fun with it. I stole it from Ian Tordella, is actually the one who said it at my gig yesterday, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
You gotta
and then I went home, I made it immediately.
Credit him. That's
I texted him. I was like, "Go check your Instagram," because I sent it to him.
I think we've been talking on the phone more lately because of this damn controversy.
Yeah, honestly, we already had the best conversations outside of being recorded. Damn it.
Yeah.
You guys missed it all.
Yeah, just like that's how it usually happens, You get inspired and to have a convo. That's pretty funny. Hey, what that's for hollow body guitars? Yeah.
I tried to get the double case, but that guitar doesn't fit in the double case.
Right.
It's like smaller. It's like annoying. I was 2 inches off.
You know what we need? We need to find a homie that makes guitar cases, because I travel, my cases get destroyed traveling.
What do you use? Like soft or hard?
I use all of them, but like for traveling, I'll use like, hard cases and travel flight cases. I don't like taking like the anvil ones.
What is the anvil ones?
Like the heavy, like road cases.
Oh yeah.
because they're expensive to travel with, and then you gotta hump it around,
Yeah,
unless you have a crew. If you have a crew, it's okay, then you don't have to worry about it.
But it's heavy.
Yeah, and I have one, but say I was just like, I just went to Miami like last weekend or a week and a half ago or whatever, and I checked my case in, brand new SKB flight case.
Oh, it just got destroyed, huh?
No, but and I locked it too, because it has the TSA locks.
So they can't open it?
So they can open it. TSA has the key to open it. Right? And then it came back fine. But the guitar player that I was on the road with, he had the same one, but the guitar equivalent. And he said that the whole inside, like molded
like the molded part.
The foam thing that's in there, the molded part that holds your guitar in place, is like when he opens the case, it like kind of falls in and out, like it's loose. And basically what TSA will do is they'll stick like a screwdriver in between the mold to peel it out to make sure there's nothing behind there.
So they just ruin your case.
They just ruin the case.
Yeah.
And the cases
Isn't that why they have X-ray?
Those are like $600 cases.
I don't understand.
You don't understand how many times they've destroyed my cases.
Do you know what's crazy?
And they won't pay for them.
Yeah, they can do whatever they want.
Dude, right now, I filed a claim in April for a case that they broke of mine, and the airport, whatever concierge lady sent me to this company that was gonna, do the claims process for me. They're in Texas. They gave me the runaround for 2 months, and then they go, yeah, we can't do it. So go back to United Airlines, and they'll probably reimburse you. So then I sent them everything. They go, oh, can you send me the receipt for the purchase of the case? And I go, well, I bought the guitar, and the case came with the guitar. So I'm going to give you a receipt that says, $3,200, but that's not what the case costs. And I go, so here's the receipt for that, and then I'll send you a screenshot of what the case itself costs, which is like $300, $400. And they're just like, oh no, we need a receipt for the case only. I go, but I didn't buy the case on its own. It's not itemized. It's not itemized on the receipt for the purchase of the guitar. And they don't care about destroying your stuff. There's something that, like, I grew up, my pops was always like, don't borrow anything from anyone. And, so-and-so is going to let me borrow his guitar. Nah. And so-and-so, it's funny, we just talked about this yesterday. I saw him yesterday. Don't borrow anything from anyone because it might break, or you might lose it, or whatever. You might damage it, blah, blah, blah. And it's such a good, like, concept, because if you borrow something from somebody, or if you handle something that doesn't belong to you, then you should treat it that way, like it's yours. Like, you should be afraid to destroy it, Or if you like breaking your stuff and paying to fix it or whatever, then you'll just pay to fix their shit. But I kind of like that whole idea of, like, take care of other people's shit. Whereas when you go to the airport, it's like,
you like the idea of property.
Of property, dude, and of like of ownership, dude. Like, you own your shit, you take care of it.
I get it, dude.
I have the same truck, 2010 Frontier. It's cracking. Well, right now it's not. Right now right now I'm driving the Tacoma, but I'm saying, like, you like put money back into keeping your vehicle alive. You had your Tacoma for a long time.
No, that wasn't mine. I should have kept that. Damn it.
Those are, like, highly sought after right now. That era. That's like the second generation Tacomas.
Yeah, that one was cool. I should have just I back then I couldn't keep it though. I wasn't gonna, like, just have another car.
Yeah.
I should have though.
Well, yeah.
Hey, some guy keeps leaving me it's the second or third time he's left, like, a note on my car saying that he wants to buy it as is.
The Prius.
No, there's my mom's car.
Oh, the other one, yeah.
And I was like, nah. I mean, I don't tell him that.
Do you still drive that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. You use both of them.
Yeah. And when my parents come, they drive it.
Which one burns more gas?
The Camry.
It's a better car, huh?
I mean, I don't know if it's better. I think that it's going to be one of the last generations of fully engine car. Dude, you know we're going to be in the generation that like we fully transition to automated driving.
I hope so. I hate
traffic.
I hate traffic.
Bro, can I tell you my number one pet peeve?
Hit me.
When I'm driving? And if I was president, this would be one of my initiatives.
Prove it.
And I would prove it immediately because I would help traffic overnight. And they already have the law. It's just no one follows it. And that law is get out of the way.
Yeah. Doesn't matter what lane you're in.
When you're in the lane, we all know that the very left lane is for passing. So stop everyone going to the left lane like it's the slow lane.
Right. Or get in the fucking left lane and then drive 70 miles an hour.
Yeah, and then get over.
I might want to go 100 miles an hour.
That's fine. And then get over so Omar can blow by you.
Yeah.
The idea of just pass and get over is gone. And if we would just do that, especially here in San Diego, bro, it drives me insane. Because I'm literally driving around and I'm just like, guys, we're in a 5-lane highway and there's not even traffic and everyone's just like, they're out of their mind. They're not even paying attention.
Oh, dude.
I'm just like, guys, if everyone would just get over, that's what they should do. It would fix traffic overnight.
Yesterday it happened to me twice. I come to an intersection. I'm there before the guy across the way and he goes and we go at the same time and I stop and I go, come on. And he's like, come on. I'm like, all right, I'm coming.
Oh, no.
And then he goes,
oh, no. This son of a bitch.
And I'm just like, I was turning left and he was coming straight. So then I just end up going straight. And the guy's like looking at me, blah, blah, blah. And I'm all, fuck you, motherfucker. Like, and the guy just rolls off, whatever. I'm not a road rager. I'm not trying to fight him. But it's just
but
like.
You gave him 2 chances and he
I'm
blew
just
a
like,
ball.
Gosh, you're the scum of the earth. That's such a pain in the ass. Driving sucks. So yeah, like that's all.
Hey, you think it'll be like super efficient though? It must, right?
It'd be great. It would probably be slower too, but it'd be fine. Like you'd have to plan 35 minutes of your day would have to be for traffic.
But what if they don't let you drive anymore? Like I don't know if I'm into that. Like I have to be. Because that means you basically would have to go through the app, whatever it is.
Yeah,
and it's like you couldn't, Omar, it's past midnight.
The thing is
2 years ago, they would have been like, no, Omar, it's past midnight. You can't go.
The single person per vehicle thing is weird. Like, I don't think it would be cars would be the most efficient thing. I think pods and like a public transportation system. Because I also don't like riding in a trolley or a subway.
But that's the thing. I like
metro.
my own little car.
I like being
yeah. And you lock the door and you're like, just
that's what I'm saying.
put on your own music.
So then maybe it's not a car anymore, but it's just a little pod. You're in a pod.
Yeah, but what if the pod like
imagine you walk up and it's like Bluetooth, and as soon as you walk into your pod, it syncs up to whatever podcast you're listening to or whatever YouTube video you're watching, and you just sit down and it's like, oh, it's got like a Keurig machine and you just pour yourself a little espresso. Like,
yeah, but see, I would want it to be anonymous though. I wouldn't want them to know that it's ElectricLouieLand signing in. What's your email? It's like, nah, screw you guys. Like I need,
but it would be through the app, right?
Yeah, but see, that's what I'm saying. Like I need like.
What's up with Apple's like hide my email features on stuff?
Hide my email feature.
Like, yeah, whenever you like get a new app, you can choose.
I've never seen that.
So when you buy an app like in the Apple Store,
hide my email.
Yeah, whenever you like go to create a profile for that app, you can choose to hide your email. And
like you hide the password?
Apple hides your actual email address from the app.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's good.
Yeah, it's kind of good because you're not like constantly divulging.
Wait, what's Elon talking about with this whole like AI integration now? Because like even Google has it. And they're like saying like they're going to integrate in the new iPhone system. But if they do that, he's not letting people in.
I don't know. He just doesn't like Apple. I get it. But Elon's going to be Elon. He's like, fuck that guy. I'm not like against it. I think he's got some fucking brilliant shit he does. But I think that I think he's an AI.
He's a strange one.
How the hell do you do all that?
What if he turns out to just be like a Venn bot? Austin Powers style.
Yeah, bro. He's been.
I tell everyone, I'm like, you guys better hope he's as kind-hearted as he's appearing to be, because the minute that guy tries to flip the script, we're all done.
Once you realize that there's like military and government contracts.
I mean, they're doing that. What's the Starlink? Dude, we were just out on vacation, Jesse's family, and like the internet, I was there because we don't have no signal going in. Like the phone doesn't work.
Right.
And then we get there and there's like this new, like there's like a modem. Well, you can't see mine, but you know how you see the little internet modems? Mm-hmm. And I saw one. I was like, what the hell is that? It was next to the TV. And it had this cool like planet looking circle, like orbiting whatever. And then I realized
it's a satellite.
I was Starlink. Like, oh, it's Starlink. And then I like signed in and the internet was fast, dude. It was just like, I uploaded YouTube videos while I was there.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, that's crazy.
No, yeah.
I was like, you better hope this guy doesn't just turn on us, because
once he just starts using that shit to just beam lasers down
or just anything. I don't know, man, because he appears on the outside like he's like super like, free speech, American liberty, whatever.
Yeah, he's got that libertarian kind of vibe.
Which I'm not against.
Nah, I mean, look, I'm not against anything, dude. I'm just against fucking evil,
Right. Well, I mean, I don't know him. It's like,
I don't know him. So,
anyways, but it was Starlink. I was like, oh, well, look at the first time I seen Starlink.
I mean, we see the damn things launching here.
Yeah, so what is he launching? What is that shit?
Why is it like sperm in the air? That's what the fuck.
I don't get what it is, though, and it's crazy how
it's a rocket. It's a reusable rocket.
But what is he shooting up there?
No, he's just testing it out. He's just fucking flying the thing.
I mean, it's kind of crazy, bro. I feel like we're in like a Halo video game.
When you see that shit.
I'm just like, what the hell?
Man. I'm telling you.
I mean, if you would have said this 5 years ago, dude, there's going to be...
like a rocket that doesn't just like blow the shit out.
No, it's like this crazy looking star thing.
And then you could fucking land it and then fly it again. Like,
yeah, the landing thing's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's... All right, you're talking about we're the last generation of
I feel like
combustible engine vehicles and shit like that.
I mean, I don't know if it's... I don't think it's going to be fully just like... Electric. Like you're going to have hybrids now. But I'm saying like
everything's going to be hybrid, you're saying.
I mean, everything's going to be computerized, hybrid, morphs of whatever. No, I know, but I'm saying like the Camry is just like raw, turn the key, bah, 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 and then it's like there's electronics, but it's not like
it's not like
you can hack into the Bluetooth. It doesn't even have Bluetooth. Maybe I'm wrong,
right?
But.
No, but it does have a power control module.
Right, but I mean, it's not like connected to the internet or something, or.
But could they control it?
I mean, I don't know. Who knows?
Because it's just like a computer, like a little mini computer sending codes, right, to whatever your air intake or.
Yeah, but it's like centralized. It's only there. It's not like it's.
But could it be manipulated from?
I mean, inside? Maybe. Who knows, bro? I don't know. But
yeah, I think. Having an old ride that's like totally not that is still going to be cool, and you're still going to be allowed to have one. You probably would have to drive in only like specific places. Like,
how long do you think it'll be to where you can't drive on every road? Or like, is there going to be hybrid where you can, or like what?
Yeah, I think for a long time.
At first,
also like you got to think of like major cities like, Mexico City or like London. I've been there where they're like. Friends of mine are like, oh, I can't come pick you up tomorrow because my car won't circulate tomorrow. I'm not allowed to drive my car tomorrow.
What the hell?
Because it's emissions control. So your car, at least once a week, you're not allowed to move your car.
Oh. And what if you do? How do they know?
Well, if you get caught, then it's like a huge fine. Yeah.
How do they catch you?
They just see your tags.
Oh, and if it's on a day that you're not allowed blue
that tag's not supposed to be circulating today,
Yeah, that's weird though.
But it's kind of like, okay.
So can you take the trolley and stuff, obviously?
Yeah, so you would take public transportation on that day or ride with somebody who has the ability to circulate that day or whatever, Because it's like in groups. So when you register your vehicle, then you also have to, like, you're going to get that, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's just weird. It's weird to be like, oh, you can't. No, you can't.
Yeah, we don't drive on Thursdays.
That's weird. Like, what the hell?
And imagine that comes in like on the day that's like your heavy day. Like that's
like what if that's
But whatever. Anyways, In London, I got to experience it, and I spoke to like a cab driver about it too, and he's like, yeah, registration's more expensive, and they're pushing all of us to convert our vehicles to electric vehicles. Basically, they put this big giant battery in, and it's just like super expensive.
Okay, but what I don't get though, isn't the batteries like not good?
Where the fuck are they gonna go when they're useless? What do you do with all your AA batteries?
I thought my favorite is like they say on the boxes, don't throw them away, but everyone throws them away.
Clank, 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 clank,
and that's just those.
Yeah, dude. Like, what the fuck? How many millions of batteries are just like in the bottom of the ocean right now?
I don't know, dude.
Just leaking out whatever lithium.
There's got to be a way they got to figure it out though. Like I'm sure they have. See, that's what's crazy though, is that then you go down the rabbit hole. Like some people supposedly have figured out, and then they vanish. Oh man! Come on! No such thing as minor one. Let's go, baby!
Dude, I mean,
just prove it.
That's the conspiracy thing. I don't think that things always work out for the better. I think that it could be that we have already fucked it up. That's irreversible, right? Like it could be that
what's already fucked up?
The whole thing, the whole simulation.
Oh, the whole simulation.
It could be that it's already toast. I think maybe the invention of C major was what fucking ruined everything. You know? Because the alphabet starts in A, but yet we're supposed to relate the tonic.
But that's only in English. What about other languages? So what was when they made it in Greek? Supposedly the Greeks made this, right? Supposedly. Pythagoras. Right? I say supposedly because I don't know if I believe it entirely. Maybe they rediscovered it.
It's just like, you can't deny that the overtone series is a natural occurrence in physics in the entire planet.
Right.
And so if you just follow the overtone series, you're going to get every single note.
Wait, what do you mean if you follow the overtone series?
Yeah, and so it's just like, it's not going to be in the position of like a major second, a semitone, or whatever, away from each other, or a microtone or whatever, neutral tone or whatever. But it's all there. Sounds are inevitable.
But wouldn't there technically be an infinite amount?
There is an infinite amount.
Right, because it would be like, well, what if you just started the overtone series? And they're all unique because like an overtone series from that C is different than that G.
Exactly. So then the transposition thing is BS too.
See, but that means though that like, yeah, I don't know, but like I feel like you have to have equal temperament to play all the shit we play.
You do.
And it's kind of this weird cheat code where it's like,
or not, because if they're all like, it's vocal and fretless instruments and stuff like that, then you can actually tune chords.
Yeah, but I'm saying
correctly,
like, Yeah, but I mean, like all the music we love is,
yeah,
equal temperament.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's technically not correct.
95% of the music that I listen to is that.
Right.
Right. Like,
but that's what I'm saying. It's mathematically, it's technically not correct, whatever that means, because it's not true to the overtones.
So then, what if we just start calling it like inorganic music?
You know when I really figured that out?
Inorganic, because
it's
not organic, because organic is occurring in nature.
But it's already naturally. We are in nature.
Yeah, but equal.
That's like saying this isn't organic.
Equal temperament is inorganic.
I would argue that it is, because it's not like you made some random material.
But this is inorganic.
I know what you mean, but I'm saying like to say that that's not natural would be weird to me, because it's like, yeah, but it came from the world. Like, how are you going to say that what came from this is not natural? You know what I'm saying?
I just don't think,
like, is metal not natural?
This is a process that we learned, we like honed, and we learned to use and manipulate. And
right, I understand, but we're
so
a
then
natural piece.
You're saying that is organic, that's natural because we created.
I'm just saying, I get that it's not natural or organic, but it's like, there's no such thing as minor one, dude. It's 6 chord.
I mean, that's agree to disagree.
I just love it. Oh, come on, bro.
Just because I feel like it's easier to think of everything from minor one than from major one.
Why?
You're playing
Wait, not yet. Hang on. What were we talking about before? Not yet. I want to go and say something.
Yeah, so we were talking about
Damn it.
Yeah, we kind of messed up already. You know, like maybe we're already in the inevitable downward spiral.
No, what were you saying before? After that,
downward spiral into the tones and
no, that's what it was.
Organic, the overtone series.
Yeah, the overtone tonality. Series. It's like what if I want to play all these songs in different keys? I can't do it unless it's equal temperament.
Right.
In the same setting, I want to be able to sit down and play. All right, let's play in this key. Go up.
Yeah, and I get it. Like where they go, like singers will be like, I want to sing "What's Going On" by Marvin Gaye, but I want to do it in C.
Right.
It just sounds bad. Doesn't sound hilarious. Good.
It just sounds bad. Oh man,
dog.
Come on, Rupert.
Tell me, does it sound good?
Instead of E,
when somebody goes,
I'm into that kind of stuff. I don't mind.
What about when somebody goes, I want to sing, Whitney Houston's version of "I Will Always Love You," but I want to sing it down in D flat or whatever, like then the whole like feeling you get when it gets to that point.
No, I get what you mean. I get it. But I'm just saying that if it changes keys in a certain way, if you used equal or not equal, or what is it? What's not equal temperament?
Just intonation.
If you use harmonic series, you can only go so far in a way, right?
No, it's infinite.
No, but
your instrument does it already for you. But
I'm saying that isn't the whole point of equal temperament so you could go to different keys?
Yeah, it's
because otherwise it would be out of tune-ish. It wouldn't sound right.
The point of equal temperament is so that anytime anyone plays the same tone,
right,
it is in tune.
Right, because you could tune it to C, but then it won't sound good in B.
Yeah, you just measure it. So if you go like, okay, A is 440, then anytime anybody in this ensemble plays an A, it's gonna be
roughly 440,
most likely in tune. And so we're gonna take away that natural dissonance, and that
honestly, the only time that I really understood what that even meant was on guitar when you tune only to harmonics versus doing the fifth fret thing.
The frets, yeah. The harmonics is like...
Because if you do you have to do it one way or the other. You can't mix it because then it'll be out of tune.
Yeah, like if you tune like E, A, D, and G using the fifth fret and then you went harmonics and B and
it would fuck it up. You'd be out of tune, roughly.
You'd be out of tune. But
I noticed.
But it's...
Or maybe I'm crazy.
It's faster, and I don't like tuning from the B on the G string to the next B string. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't like tuning on that fourth fret. Because I feel like that is a different intonation.
Yeah, I don't know. The whole thing's not perfect, but I just noticed that if I have to do it one way or the other.
But guitar
to get it closest.
Guitar can sound really ugly when it's like not tuned correctly. You're right.
Yeah, sometimes I kind of don't care. Sometimes I'm kind of into it. I'm just like, I play just blur the lines of. Is that a major chord? It kind of.
I play bass because we're out of tune like most of the time. Upright guys too,
especially if you play like really complex chords and stuff, and it's just kind of out of tune, kind of sounds bad. And it's just like, that's my advanced Jacob Collier harmony.
Dude, I have some basses that I never tune, bro. I got like this old '60s hollow body that I just don't like to tune it. Sometimes they'll be like, "Oh yeah, we're in G,"
Sick.
And I'm straight up like way closer to G flat than to G. Can't really tell when I'm down at the bottom. When I get up high, it's all.
All right, you got to give me a good argument for minor one.
Oh,
no one's
where are you going there?
Farhad's the only one who's given me a good argument, but the thing is that it's not even our Western music.
Yeah, he's talking about
it's
God.
And it the way he explains it, it's like, all right, dude, I'm in. Like, sign me up. That I hear what you're saying, and it sounds like that when you hear it. And the way they build the tetrachords on top, and it's like, oh wow, okay, that makes sense. That's not the music I'm talking about.
It's just no, it's not the music you're talking about. And I think that for the music you're talking about, it is really, it can be advantageous to think of everything as no such thing as minor 6 or minor 1, right? It could, because you could call out numbers and clearly
for that thing. It's way easier. Yeah,
you can get somebody, and that's on. I mean, like
communication wise,
you could be playing Leonard Skinner, and you could be like, "Yo, we're going to the 4, we're going to the 6." Like, yeah,
it's easy,
easy. There was a tune I called you about yesterday, but you were busy.
Which one?
The one that I was talking about.
I don't remember which one you said.
Oh, never shall forget.
Oh, the church song. Yeah.
What he's done for me, right?
Yeah.
And it has a vamp on the outro. That's
what's the vamp again?
3, 4, 2.
Okay.
But they're in my ears going 3, 6, 2, and then 7.
Wait. They're in your ears saying what?
Yeah, calling the chords the way that they're playing them.
How are they playing them?
So they're going 3, 6, 2, 5, 7, 3. That's what they're doing, some shit like that, right?
Because they were changing the chords, you mean?
No, because that's kind of what's happening in the top voices. But the bass is playing 3, 4, and 2. And then it's going, they're saying flat 5. That's what it is. Flat 5, 7. But that flat
tone 7, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1.
But because it's just like circle of fifths, right? Over and over again. But that flat 5 chord.
6 of 6.
The flat 5 chord becomes.
Jasper it.
The flat 5 chord becomes that minor 7 flat 5.
Yeah, half diminished.
And the 7 chord is a dominant chord.
Right.
And it's a flat 9 chord.
Yeah, you make it like a 2-5, minor 2-5.
Oh, but then it goes right back to 3.
3, yeah. It's minor 2-5 to 3 and 6.
So can you get your guitar and just play that sound?
Yeah, I mean, I played it already.
Nah, dude, play that sound because I want it to be.
I
want it to be recorded.
It's
on
night and day.
Podcast.
It's the turnaround on night and day, somewhat. Not really, because night and day goes down.
Get out. Shut up.
This is gonna be really out of tune.
Who cares? Tune it. Let's give a little demonstration of that. Also, you know what's crazy? All the guitars that I tune by ear at my house always end up being somewhere around like 430, 434 in between there. 432, you know, that magic fucking. My ear likes stuff that's tuned a little bit lower.
Dude, I found this in my grandma's garage.
It's bitching. Steel reinforced neck, all right?
Just proving it. That?
Okay, so no, but it doesn't start there. It starts so okay, so we're playing in C, it's fine.
Shit,
so then it's
terrible.
3 chord. Oh, it's the intonation on that thing is bad. Who cares?
Okay, what are you saying?
3 chord.
So what am I in?
Whatever in C.
So 3 chord.
Yeah. And then 4. Then 2. And then go. But then to get back to the 3.
Oh, you can do.
Yeah. So then play
like that. You're saying?
So go now. So now you're going 3. So go 3, 4, 2, and then.
Is it a 3 like C over E, or is it really minor?
It's a real 3.
So I never shine. I don't remember what it is. Yeah, and then you use. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, because that's how you get to the 3.
But right now you put it even a natural 5th on that minor 7 flat 5 chord, which I'm down for too.
No.
It's a tritone right there, right?
Yeah, I did have to miss.
Oh, okay.
Because you'd want to do it at half diminished because it would be out of the key. Because that's the thing, it's more
It'd
in
be
the
out
key.
of what key?
Out of the key of C. You want A minor over F sharp.
You're saying that's more.
See, that's what I call 6 of 6 because A minor is the 6
Wait,
of
hold
C.
on. You just don't add one more 6 in there, dude, because you're getting somewhere else.
No, because that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, 6 of 6, and then you have God's note, but then.
And you know what I realized flat 2 is?
The 6th note of the 6th of 6 is what?
The 6th note of 6. Wait, what? There's too many 6s now. This guy went too far.
Uh-oh. Because the F sharp in C major is
tritone.
sharp 11, tritone.
It's tritone, yeah. I have, yeah, that's what I have. One of the lecturers says tritone half diminished equals 6 of 6. To me, they sound that those are the same thing.
Tritone
half diminished. So this chord,
is the 6 of 6.
Is the 6 of 6? Because if if I was to do
A minor 6, yeah, right.
You do that shit all the time in Afro-Cuban music.
Yeah, of course.
But that's just A minor over F sharp.
Yeah.
And your ear hears it as that is the 6 of like that. It's not flat 6.
No. It's a 6.
Right. Because if you like the way that they say minor blues is
of the 6 of the 1.
Yeah. To me, that's easier for me. Like I hear it like that. Oh, that's 6 of 6. Because that's Benny Golson all day. That's Whisper Not. That's the whole scheme of Whisper Not.
Great way to create a turnaround.
And you do that all the time, whether it's from the 6 or the 2.
Yeah,
exactly. Jazz, prove it. You're hired.
I get it, but it could be easier
like tritone
explained as no.
What are you saying?
If it was minor 1.
What's minor 1?
If you're saying that A minor was minor 1.
No, how would you explain it then?
Because then it'd be easier to explain from the 4, from D minor, or the 2.
Oh, God. Here we go.
It'd be easier to explain it that way, too.
Okay, explain it to me and tell me how it's easier. Go.
Because
how would you explain that? It would be 5.
Because I wouldn't be thinking of the 6 of 6. I would just be thinking of the 6. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
Like,
wait, what progression are we talking about?
In say A minor right now, what you were talking about.
So if I do B, E, A, F sharp, how do you explain that?
Yeah, it's kind of like
2, 5, 1, 6.
Even then, 2, 5, 1, 6 or 2, 5, 1, 4 over like a dominant 4. You know what I'm saying? I always think of that color. And you can
because F sharp half is D7.
Is D7, rootless D7.
Right.
Which has A minor.
Yeah, but to me, I have to hear it. My ear is going to hear the F sharp no matter what. So I have to hear it from
as a bass player, I'm going to play an F sharp.
Right.
And it's a very strong pull, and it's a very has a great amount of gravity to it when you do something like that I don't think of it as functioning as a third function of a key signature. I think of it as that from
I get what you're saying. That's how I thought of it first.
Yeah. And so that's my only argument, and so I believe that everything comes from minor.
No.
I think that A minor is the 1.
No. How?
And that C is the 3.
So C is the 3, flat 3. Mind you, it would be flat 3 major.
Yeah, the thing is
that's so much more confusing.
But you're calling it flat 3, but it's not really a flat 3. It's just the third of A minor.
I guess, but see, that's where it gets confusing. That's confusing to people. Like, why not be consistent?
Like, how can it be easier to remember C major but not A minor? It's the same thing.
Okay, here's my argument though. Why then? By that logic, though, if you identify as minor 1,
I identify as minor 1.
I gotta add another Spider-Man in there, and then that'll be. Anyways,
make that the Spider-Man that has like the whole black, not Venom, but the one that has all the black and the silver and shit.
So wait, at this logic though, then if minor 1 can be any of those minor chords, then why is there only one major chord? Why is 1 only 1? Why isn't it 4 also?
That's not what I'm saying, because I don't believe that minor 2 is a minor 1.
Minor 2 is a minor 1. Okay, see, all right. Oh, come back to the dark side. Come on.
There's only one minor 1.
Okay, and that's the 6.
That's Aeolian.
But see, the fact that you say Aeolian,
that's just a name for a mode,
is sick. But we all think 6.
No, I don't think 6. I just think of the mode.
You liar.
I don't.
Okay, what is Aeolian mode in numbers? 1, 2,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Flat. Oh my God, this guy.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's all it is.
That's hilarious.
Because they're just numbers.
But that's not how your ear hears it, though.
My ear hears it as fucking do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, or like
Jesus,
whatever it's gonna hear it in. It's gonna be. What I'm saying is that I think that playing, and everybody knows this, whether they are identifying as minor 1 or as major 1. So you identify as major 1. I got it. And
no,
whether you think of it that way,
2 or 3.
whether you think of it that way or not,
I hear it both ways, really.
I know. I understand.
Because everyone's freaking losing their mind online.
I get it. Yeah.
Did you see the one guy that commented?
Oh man, that was good.
That was great. I was like, I would say it better I would say that I couldn't say it better myself, but I've literally been saying it this way the whole time.
Yeah.
I was like, whoever you are, bro, I don't know who that guy is, but thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was great.
They tell you not to read the comments, and you shouldn't. But in this case, I'm glad I read the comments.
I think that it's just like, and I hear it in all that music too.
Hear what?
That it's all minor 1. Give me that freaking guitar.
No, it's not minor 1,
yeah,
bro.
You want to know why?
All the Afro-Cuban minor songs are usually from the 6.
You want to know why?
That's how I learned this.
When you're playing,
okay, yeah,
right?
It's very major.
That pentatonic,
yeah.
But why is the major if it's not major 6? But yet you always accept that tone.
Okay, all right. I will tell you. Okay, keep going before I cut you off. Okay, proceed. That's major 1, right? Okay, now
major
what do you
1
say?
is more of a major 6 color than a major 7 color.
Yeah, I think it is because of the pentatonic.
So then the 4 is the only one that's more of a major 7 color.
No, I don't think of it like that. I think the 4, like when you go to the 4, it's all. I think that's what creates the major scale, because that's where because the major. You think about it, the 4 isn't in the pentatonic, so it's like, why does it sound so good? And it's just like that movement a fourth away is undeniable.
Because the truth is that it's all minor 1, dog.
Wait, what? How is that minor 1?
Because why does that sound so good?
Where's the minor 1 then? Oh, you mean A minor? Oh, bro, we're just arguing over words now.
Because now, if I was gonna say I'm playing, and you go, oh yeah, just play C pentatonic, kind of, it's the same notes, but you don't hear them that way.
See, to me, I immediately hear that as a minor chord, and then I would sit there and listen to it. And chances are, 80% of the time, you just guess it's 6. So most of the time, the minute you hear a minor chord and you just guess that it's 6 chord, you're probably gonna be right.
That's very unjazz of you, because
it's not.
I remember the first fucking lesson I had at State was to think of every minor chord as a Dorian scale.
As a what?
With the Dorian.
Oh yeah, Dorian. Yeah, yeah, but I get it, because you're doing a lot of 2/5s. But this is my problem: is that they overgeneralize by saying, "Oh, everything's just 2/5," and yes, it is.
I never shall forget.
But that's what I'm saying. If you don't know that's tritone to the 3, like, you're crazy. You're not playing it right.
So if you're,
you would have to know you need the C in there. Yeah, F sharp.
Like
C.
That's not really like a modal, like a borrowed chord, the F. So you can't think of that as a Mixolydian. I mean, as a Dorian scale. You can't think of the E.
Oh, the E is Dorian. Yeah, because you'd be playing the wrong notes. You would play F sharps, but like you only want. That's the thing, is that F sharp is a specific note, and the way you used it is specific in my.
But it does sound good. No.
You get what I'm saying. Your ear. This is what I mean. Is your ear likes them. It's the Bobby McFerrin thing, dude. The Overtone series has 1-3-5 in it, and that's where I think. Like, if you really want to get down to it, this is what I think. I think that the Overtone series, because it goes what is it? 1 octave, 5 octave, and then it starts the harmonic series. Really, it goes 1-3-5, which is, I think, where diatonic harmony comes from. And that's why we like major specifically. It's not a minor fucking chord. It's major. Thank you very much. It's major 1. And you do 1-3-5, you do, and you can go up the whole scale in those triads, and it's undeniable, because I'll play randomness to my students, and I'll be like, tell me when it sounds good, and then I'll just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and chords and triads, and it's like undeniable. You don't have to know anything about music, and you're like, that sounds cool. That guy knows how to play guitar.
I think the strongest point that you have is that in the Overtone series,
it has the 1-3-5.
It's a major sound,
but
starting with the fundamental,
right? But and then it goes where
flat 7.
But and then that's why I think parallel movement and blues specifically resonates with us, because you go 1-3-5, that's major scale harmony, pentatonic, sick, we're in, and then all of a sudden, what is the Europeans never really did it? They played dominant chords obviously, but they didn't play a major triad with the flat 7 or a minor third or a tritone in it. And they didn't like...
I mean, yeah, they did.
But they didn't play it like...
It's just not as like... It's not block chord oriented, right?
It's just they didn't overlay that. Like Mozart never played a symphony in C major and then played E flats, B flats, and F sharps.
Right.
Over the C.
It wasn't used in that.
That's fashion. The thing, though. And it's like, but that sound is... And then you hear, you know, Muddy Waters do it or whoever, all these old blues guys. And that's the essence of blues.
Yeah, and I think that also what you have to do is you have to think about what instrument they're playing on and what era it's coming from.
Right, but the thing is, to me, it's just that all American music is based off of the fact that you can play, you know, like you could do, I don't have a pick. Like you could play a major sound.
All American music is a broad generalization, but we'll just go with it.
Whatever, Jesus. Okay, got the jazz police here. So say you play G7. But the thing is that...
You didn't play a G7, though. I didn't hear the 7.
I know. Or I'm sorry, G major. But then the minute you play, you know...
Mm-hmm.
It's undeniable.
Right.
And you could...
Yeah.
That had never been... And that whole idea to me is the sound of... And then you can introduce...
I think
and that's the sound. It sounds like a 6 because like
parallel minor.
Yeah, it's parallel minor. You're hearing that as 6 of B flat, or it could be 2.
With guitar, the guitar naturally lends itself to do that,
right?
Because of shapes and the way your fingers and the mechanics of your fingers lays on there. Whereas on a piano or on a keyboard instrument, it's a little different to do that, right?
So you think I mean, I guess they would have made. But the thing is a lot of this comes from just like the spirituals. They were just singing. Because if you think about it, that's where it comes from. They didn't have instruments.
Definitely right? Well rooted in that, but also like.
I just think finding that sound is so crucial to American music. I think that's where it all comes from.
I think that's like spirituals and stuff like that also have a certain influence that we're not addressing either, which is like.
I mean, I remember looking at some of that back in the day, but I feel like we probably don't go deep enough.
Yeah, I don't think we do, and I think that, you know, a lot of those come from texts and an interpretation of emotions that are.
I don't know how you would explain all that. Yeah.
Yeah, like specific to a group of people that are like totally disenfranchised and enslaved, you know, to be honest, and so.
Just that overlay, though, of that parallel movement, that's the key to blues. Like, that's what you do the whole time.
Right.
And that's why I feel like...
And jazz and
I mean, that's much later, though.
And even in like what you're talking about, like Afro-Cuban, like minor danzón and so on and stuff like that. Like,
and the thing is that, like, when you play... The minute... If we're in G major, and the minute I play, you know, if I'm thinking... Well, let's do it in a different... That's not as easy of a key. Let's do it in C. Because you play all your major scale harmony, but then the minute it's like that right there is so crucial to me.
Yeah, to change the qualities of those.
We're in major, but and then to basically
the ultimate landing place is going to be in major, but
everything else is minor.
So it's like a deceptive cadence.
Yeah, and the thing is, though, is you're making these all dominants, though.
Yeah.
And through doing that, I never realized that when you alter these dominant, like if I do E7, A7, I get some different notes that aren't in the key, right? But the minute I alter it and do E7 alts, like sharp 9, sharp 5, well, I have a G and a C. If I do E7 flat 9, there's an F. If I do E7 flat 5, that's a B flat.
Right.
Those are all pentatonic C minor notes.
Mm-hmm.
That's parallel minor. And so if you do that with everything.
So when you hear that.
It's like all those extensions are inside.
So then you can ultimately just play this one tonality. You're hinting at that tonality.
It's just the overlay of major and minor, I think, through dominant chords is just so crucial. Like it's blues.
Yeah, it's blues, and it allows your ear the ability to step away from.
Yeah. And I feel like that's what secondary dominants really are. Because that's what we were kind of like, we were arguing, me and Eric, when we were talking. He was saying it's like, well, you have, it's a 5 of whatever. It's the 5 of 6. And then I was like, well, what if it's E7 to F? It doesn't go to the 6. It doesn't resolve according to him, but I feel like it does resolve.
Like, yeah, because you feel like it resolves because you still get the A triad. You get the A minor triad, but I
don't even think it like that. I just hear it as 3 dominant.
Right, 3 dominant. So there is a tension and resolve, though.
Yeah.
Those notes are still, that G sharp is still going to A.
To A, I see what you mean.
The B is still going to C, right? And the E is moving up to F.
G or ear, it still goes somewhere. It just goes up.
It still resolves. What about this one? What about B flat 7 to C major?
So that's in my opinion, that's the classic, like, borrowing from parallel minor. Because you're playing B flats. I mean, that's flat 7. Mm-hmm. And then, because we talked about that one also. Because you do that all the time in tunes, and I never understood why it sounded good. Like, say you're like, take I mean you. It's a closely related key. It's just blues, bro.
F and C
it's just blues.
Are closely related.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, take I mean you. The whole intro is E flat 7.
Yep.
And then you go to F, and then and I always wondered, like, what? And the bridge kind of does that too, because you go to E flat 7. Mm-hmm. I just always wondered, like, why the fuck does that sound so good? And then I realized, oh, it's just, not only are you playing flat 7 in the root note that you're playing, when you play it as dominant, you play D flats, which D flat is God's note in F. Which to me, my ear hears that as F Aeolian. Gateway to F minor. That D flat sounds like F minor. I'm going to F minor. And then you add an E flat in there. It's like, bro, we're just playing F minor. And that's what all the coolest jazz tunes are. Like, I'm about to make a video. I need to make a set list actually for tomorrow. Damn it. But there's a Horace Silver tune called Horoscope. It's off the Horoscope album. Mm-hmm. It's like the famous, like, anyways, it doesn't matter. But it's a tune that's literally, it goes through all the different types of 1 chords. It's like you do dominant 7 sharp 9, mm-hmm. which is you basically play D flat minor over it.
Right.
So you play a dominant version of it, and then you play minor, and you play major. And the whole tune that's the whole play.
Yeah.
The whole play is like,
over this whole chord progression, these 4 bars or whatever.
He does minor. He does like D flat minor movements. He does D flat major movements. He does D flat dominant, which is D flat minor sound. It's like bluesy, and it's just like, dude, it's like it's like you can. I feel like he's almost telling me, like, Horace is like, look it's just this, and it's like, I love that kind of shit.
But what is he doing melodically on the song though?
He plays. It's all D flat minor blues licks
the whole time.
No, not the whole time, because the melody goes to major, so he obviously play. And it moves 2 5s. It's very clever. But overall, the overall theme, and he even does, like, I need to listen to the record and really hear it. But he does all these movements, and then he'll play D flat over F, which goes to B flat minor.
Right.
And it's like very churchy.
Yeah, and that minor 6 or that flat 6.
I just like, I don't know. I see that shit in everything, dude. I can't escape it. And it's like, that's why I'm always joking, like, oh, it's just blues, dude. Like, it's Jimmy all day. Because it kind of is, at least to me. Like, I see it in all these songs. Like, here, I'll give you another example. And it's always
the idea of just calling it blues is, and I know that this takes us down a different rabbit hole, but blues is the name that we gave it here. But that music is old as time. It's just not the spirituals and the lyrical content and the approach. But, like, you can listen to Ganawa music of North Africa and the Saharan people.
You hear it? See, I mean, I've never listened
and
to that.
And they play those notes.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah.
And they're Arab.
But see, that's what I'm saying.
Berber,
I feel like the Europeans
kind of mix.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying, though. I feel like that's the one thing that the Africans did differently, besides rhythm,
not just
obviously.
It's not just Africans, though. It's
Arabs. Well, I consider that Africa, sort of. Well, it's kind of not, though, I guess.
Like,
you're right.
This is, and also, you got to remember that all of the Iberian Peninsula and all that was under Moorish rule for, like, what, 600, 800 years? And
yeah,
so
I don't know. I'm not that.
During a time where music theory and music harmony was being, developed and all that stuff, there already was.
So wait, that's after the Greeks, supposedly?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. During a time that harmony.
So what was before the Greeks? Like Sumer?
Oh, that's way before that. No, I mean, even just like we're thinking that the Greeks came up with all of harmony
supposedly,
and they did not though.
Yeah, I feel like
because
I don't know.
Listen
how
to
we
the
would
music;
know.
they have no harmony. They have no secondary dominant movements, anything like that.
Well, they came up with the foundations of like, I don't know. I got to revisit.
Yeah,
all
that comes much later. Even equal temperament and all that stuff.
I mean, that was during.
Later.
Didn't Bach come up with that?
I mean, the well-tempered
clavier. Isn't that like, what that whole thing is?
Yeah, I think that the real question though.
Dude, I have that book. We need to look it up because I need to go see all those minor fugues and whatever. If I swear
minor, that's
I
real
swear
minor
to God,
one.
if it's C minor fugues and it's written in E flat major, you guys, you're never hear that.
The thing is that you I'm
gonna go look it up after this.
Like you said it yourself. You're arguing semantics. Like he's literally calling it E flat minor, a fugue, in G minor, or whatever, and it's got a key signature, but the key signature does not dictate the tonal center of the music.
Oh God, you and your stupid words.
Because you have a different meaning for
I'm
signature and a tonal center.
Whatever. I think that a tonal center needs to be specific on whether it's 6, 2, or 3. Just like you need to be specific on is it 1 or 4 or 5.
But if this piece starts in E, you just said E flat minor, and it has, C naturals in it, then you're gonna say that's a 2. That's a 2. But it's not because of the way that it's actually functioning to be.
All right. Well, we gotta find one.
That's why whenever like we have the difference between melodic minor in jazz and melodic minor in classical music, right? The approach is different. The melodic minor scale goes up one way and comes down a different way.
Yeah, I never liked the way they explained that. Honestly, you know where I learned that from? I learned it from Afro-Cuban music.
Yeah.
Like I learned like why you do that actually.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, because it sounds good. And you're like, oh, when you listen to these trumpet players solo over E7 to A, and then they're just ripping. And you're like, oh, wow, they go up melodic minor, usually over the E7. Mm-hmm. And then when they land on the A minor, they'll play A, G, F, E, going down. And it sounds murder.
Because the steps are much more stable going down. They're bigger. They're wider intervals.
Right, whatever. It just sounds good. Yeah.
Which is great, but it's also, I think, deeper rooted. I think that comes from an Eastern approach to music where singing something on the way up is easier to
hear those leading tones. Yeah, I agree.
Hear up. And on the way down, it's much easier
go down a whole step
to make those more stable, larger intervals.
Yeah, I mean, it just sounds good to me.
And so, it's perfect.
It's just they don't explain it good. Like I feel like you just need to have kids be like, all right, guys, we're only playing Kachow for the next 2 hours. Prove it.
I mean, whether they explained it good or not, maybe I just didn't. I didn't catch on to it.
Didn't get it. Yeah, maybe they were explaining.
I mean, I didn't have AP music courses in high school.
Neither did I.
And so, I immediately was remedial theory courses, And in that, they're trying to crunch in stuff that you're not supposed to even be working on in college.
Just like, what about Claudia? Like, that's clearly from the 6,
beautiful
bro.
song.
And it does 6 of 6. Prove it. And it does the B half.
And then the next time it goes.
Oh, yeah. What does it do?
It gives you the resolution.
And then the intro does the mixture between the E flat, E, the James Bond thing. Yeah.
The James Bond thing. Yeah. I mean,
that's where I learned that shit from, dude. I learned it from Afro-Cuban music, to be honest.
Yeah. It's a different approach to using that because sometimes you have guys from one idiom sitting with guys from another, idiom or style of music or genre, whatever, and they can't figure out what to play over a 5 minor 1 chord progression. That's just over and out, relentless. And you're like, all right, yeah. It's like double Dutch. Like they're trying to jump in and they're like, I hit him.
Yeah, honestly, bro, like say we're playing C minor to G minor and then C minor. Like, cause I have a list of tunes. I haven't made any videos
C minor
yet.
To G minor?
I'm saying like a 5 minor. I feel like that's a specific sound.
Yeah.
And like I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I have a list of songs.
So what you're talking about is a 6.
So like say you do, like C minor is the 6 and then you play
G minor.
Yeah, it's like the movements, like reggae songs do it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. And I mean,
and to me that's more blues than anything, because you're just like, I just play C minor over the whole thing.
everything got a flat 7 on it.
Dude, yeah, sick.
Yeah, it's harder to really.
I like that sound. I can't think of any songs right now, but I have a list. Where's my phone? I have a list of tunes.
Isn't like Horse with No Name like that or something? You know?
Yeah, there's certain songs that have minor 5 and they're kind of tight.
There's
actually.
a lot of like, I can think of like rock songs and like.
Yeah, I have a list. I don't remember what I
like
have.
That. Yeah.
Let me see if I can find it.
Oh, check this one out. Let me see the guitar. I got one. Bob Marley jamming, right?
Oh, okay.
Right? That's more or less the chord progression most of the time. But whenever you get to the bridge, holy mount.
Yeah, you're right. See, that shit's tight. Wait, what is that one? Let me add that. What is that? Wait, what's the name of that? Jammin', that's it.
Yeah, that's one that's like pretty cool.
Okay, here, I got a list right here. Ready?
So
Lord Your Mighty does it.
Okay, so check it out. This song, B minor, E7, G.
So wait, say it again. Sorry, go what?
So it's B minor,
E7,
E7, sorry. And then
G
G major,
F sharp. What is
minor
that?
7.
F sharp minor.
Yeah, and then that bridge is just B minor to E minor.
So it sounds to me right now.
What key is this song
it
in?
sounds like we're in D and B's the 6, right?
But then why is the E7?
So wait, play it. Maybe I need to hear this right hand. Because some of these ones are clever, like they're little layered variations. And then what's the verse? F sharp minor, it's alright. E, G, F sharp. That's the whole tune?
Yep. That's a minor 7 for sure. The F sharp.
Right. I don't know. I mean, it sounds like that's the 6, the B minor. And then what is that? That's E7.
So then that would make it a
That's 2 dominant. Cool. And then what? G.
And then G.
So that would be what? 4.
4
to F sharp minor 3. That's how I'm hearing it right now.
So
what's the melody? How's the melody go? I know. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's all like B minor pentatonic.
Yeah, I'm hearing it from 6. That sounds like 6 to me. Okay, wait, here, watch. Here's an actual minor 5 though. Like Lord Your Mighty does that. I don't remember exactly how it goes, but I do remember it's easy. But the whole thing is you have to play minor 5. Lord Your Mighty. Lord Your Mighty. So it's like I can't remember it.
But it's not minor 5, it's just minor 5 if you were thinking of 1 as
1.
Minor 1.
No.
Oh, you're saying the 5 chord?
I'm saying like say we're in C. Uh-huh. I think like I don't remember exactly how it goes, but I think it goes like C, G minor.
And what does it do that?
It does it in that way. I can't remember the song, to be honest. I'd have to listen to it. But if I wrote it down, it must be 5 minor. Anyway, here's another one. Ready? Best part. You don't know, babe. A minor. Oh,
yeah, that's explaining.
Because you're in D. Because it goes 1, da 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 da, 5. You don't, da 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 da, 4, and then flat 6, da da da. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That song,
That's
you're
in
thinking
D.
of it. You're thinking of it in D, and that's a 4 chord, and then it turns into a minor 4 chord, which it makes total sense.
No, it's not 4. It's A minor's 5.
No, I'm saying G is
G.
The 4. Yeah.
Oh, and then you do minor 4,
And
which
then
would be
you do minor
B5
4.
major. Yeah, I see what you mean.
Minor 4 over.
All right, here's a good one. Ready? No one knows about this one. All I Want to Be Is By Your Side. Peter Frampton, one of my all-time favorite songs. I can't remember it, but I know that it
Has a minor 5
has
in it
minor
too.
5 in it.
But that's the thing, is that minor 5 thing is just always just used as a way to
Play
go to
parallel
4 chord.
minor.
It just takes you to the 4 chord.
I guess. I mean, I
Because
don't
you're
know.
not going.
Go up though. Would you go to? No. What if you go to? Yeah, there is songs that do that. Go up to B minor.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, songs that do that. Yeah, you could do that. I guess my point is when you play minor 5, it's another example of playing parallel minor.
I feel like it's just always mostly used to indicate that transition, like of a 2/5 to the 4.
Maybe I gotta relook at this one, but there's a jazz tune called "Good Morning Heartache," and it does.
And I love that sound.
It does. I don't remember exactly how it goes, but I do remember it being weird, where it like plays a minor 5. It's like almost like you're in E flat and you play like B flat minor.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember, but that one's specific.
Like I would consider it a minor 5 if all the chord progression, the entire rest of the song, was just diatonically in whatever E flat, but the B flat was always minor.
Bro, I'm telling you, that's Lord You're Mighty.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's we have to look it up after because I can't remember.
And then at that point, is it really purely just a minor, or is it like a dominant sharp 9 chord?
No, I think it's. Wait, what do you mean?
Like if it's just a minor, it's just functioning.
So if we're in C major, you would be playing G minor.
G minor, yeah.
Yeah, and to me, that sound is like you're playing B flats, you're playing Fs, you're playing Gs.
Right.
You're playing.
E
You could
flats?
play E flats. That's the thing. You could play E flats or Es. It depends on what the song is, really.
Yeah, because then that's kind of like a point where I'm saying, like, is it just It's just a dominant like sharp 9 chord omitting the 3rd, which doesn't make it a sharp 9 chord anymore. But you know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, I see. What you mean. You mean like it's just a C7 sharp 9 without the E. I see what you mean. Over G though. To me though, I hear the G and I hear 5. That's why.
yeah,
I can't unhear that, unless it's a C.
it's dorky. But I'm just gonna go ahead and stick with my argument and say that
All right, you get a minor 1 shirt.
minor 1, dude.
Okay, so you're in
Everything
camp.
comes from the minor 1.
Okay, by the way, we're making merch.
And my point, my points, my bullet points.
Go.
First of all, is that alphabetically we chose to give this thing A B C D E F G.
I think that's just a coincidence.
Nah.
Well, okay.
A B C D E F G, and then you want to say that Ionian is the tonic, and so everything got to be based off of the 3rd degree, which is C.
Okay, I'm going to give you that. That is a good argument in the sense that it doesn't line up, but I don't know if that really means anything.
No, hold on. That's my first bullet point, dog.
Woo!
My second bullet point is the pentatonic scale.
Oh, I clipped. Sorry, guys. I'm going to have to fix that. Okay, go.
Is the pentatonic scale.
Okay, what about
Because
it?
the pentatonic scale is more A minor pentatonic than it is C major pentatonic.
Why?
Because it doesn't give you, it gives you a 6, and a 6 is not naturally in that overtone series that we're talking about, or stacking triads. And so it's a 6 in there. If you were thinking of it as C pentatonic, and you're going C, D, E, G, A, it's like, why is there a 6 in my 1 chord? That's what I want to know. Okay?
Okay, I'm in. That's a good. Okay.
In A minor,
Because I always wonder why does it
pentatonic,
sound good?
A minor pentatonic don't have a 6 in it.
A minor pentatonic doesn't have a 6 in it. You're right. Yeah, I've always wondered that. Why is C major pentatonic sound so good with the A? Well, but see, my argument would be that that's where you get that minor sound, A minor, because you're right, it sounds great. That's relative minor, and then the minute that you overlay those parallel, you get blues.
And then, yeah, you get blues, and even if you play the, you get
Right.
you know, like that all still works over that.
Have you seen the Bobby McFerrin video where he's jumping around? You've seen that, right?
Hell no.
What?
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know what video you're talking about.
It's the one where he's doing
I'm just disagreeing with everything right now.
I know, I love it. It's good.
So there's my bullet points, right? And I thought I had one more, but I'm totally spacing on it right now.
Still, no one's given me a song where my way of hearing it doesn't work.
Yeah, but your way of hearing it is your way of hearing it.
I mean, that's true. It is.
Oh, and my third point was the actual like key signature versus tonal center or tonality of something.
Oh God, this is where Eric was going off the rails.
So, because key signature does not define tonality.
Whatever. Oh God,
and the creation of that dominant 3 chord that
but
you love.
But see, I would disagree because
the creation of the dominant 3 chord that you love is the true, like granite pillar of a minor one.
So wait, say it again.
So having a dominant 5 chord in a minor 1 tonality,
you need that
gives it a real gravitational pull towards a 1
6
being a minor tonality.
Okay, but that just
because tonality is like a feeling, it's a sonority.
I guess I don't know. To me, that's just words, though. To me, that's just like, well, yeah, I agree. It does sound like it wants to go to A minor. The E7 does want to.
No, I'm saying when it's functioning as that, the E7 is functioning as the 5 of
A
minor, has created the full arrival.
I agree. I just think that you should be specific in saying that sounds like 6 because you're playing E7 flat 9.
It sounds like 1 because there's an arrival.
I get that there's an arrival. We've arrived, everybody. We're here.
We're here.
Where are we, though?
I mean, minor 1.
He identifies as minor 1. I'm saying that it's 6 chord. That's what I'm saying.
Put me down, dude. Hey.
I love it that hey.
You know what?
Prove it.
And just like your minor 1, you can overlap, your major 1, you can overlap the parallel minor. Mm-hmm. And the minor 1, you can overlap a bunch of shit too, being those.
But you would never overlap major. I mean, unless you're doing like classic, like
no, but you're talking
we
about
end in major. Like that's right.
That's what you're talking about.
That sure.
Of overlapping.
I mean, you could do either one.
Parallel minor.
You could resolve the minor though.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
but never ever do you do major to minor to major. I mean, you do sometimes, like Afro-Cuban tunes do that all the time. Like Bebo, remember the Bebo and Sigala video where they're playing all these cool minor tunes and then he ends in major.
In major, yeah, and you could. I mean,
major
like
6.
That kind of Picardy
major
third
6
kind of sound thing.
Major 6.
That's called a Picardy third, dog. I don't know what you.
Oh, your camera went off.
I don't know what.
See, that's what you get, dude.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That's called the Picardy third. That's not called a major 6.
Did you see? See what happens? See what happens when you don't believe in minor 1 or when you don't believe in minor 6? Damn it! Look, I'm saying it wrong. Oh, this is a stupid thing. All right, maybe that's a signal. We gotta go.
All right, dude.
Omar's gone. Stupid camera. It's not working. Damn it! These stupid things.
What happened? It's because you got like 3 cameras on you.
No, those aren't plugged in. There he is.
I'm back.
All right.
So, anyways, can we get off of this subject now?
All right. What else do we want? What else you got?
Yeah.
Wait. Let me grab my phone real quick.
Okay. Can I get a little more coffee juice or something?
Yeah.
You got anything else over there? Oh man, the camera's off again.
Dude, this stamp thing.
It's got like a little. That's a great stand with the duct tape and all that.
Oh yeah.
You got all kinds of nice shit, Louis. I know you have stands for every single one of these. Yeah, you put it on.
Oh, you know what it is? It's this camera.
The camera's fucked.
The power is like not.
Oh, it's not stable. It's like you gotta wiggle it.
Because like someone fucking kicked it and it bent the cable and so the input's messed up on the power.
It's got a little red light on it now. Like it's charging?
Yeah, it's gone. There we go.
So,
all right. You know what you need, dude? I need you to tell Al.
Hold on. It went back to that guy.
Tell Al that there's no such thing as minor 1. And we need him on the podcast, bro.
There it is. Okay.
There he is.
So, what I wanted to talk about is, and I can only really talk about the music scene, our music scene here in San Diego.
What?
But I think that this is a global issue, or I don't want to say issue because I don't want to sound negative, but just like the idea that we are trying to survive in an economy of, first of all, like more musicians than there's ever been in history, right?
I mean, that is kind of true.
And a lot of musicians who have been through that sort of like college and academic route, as well as the bedroom like autodidacts that are incredible of YouTube and whatever else. And so we're living in this like crazy like microcosm of musical world, like musical multiverse, where you are arguing about theory to guys that maybe never went to a university and had to learn, like forcefully learn classical and jazz.
Further proving my point, there's no such thing as minor one.
Hold on, no.
Dude, this fucking camera.
What's up?
Keep going.
This camera's great. That's my favorite one. It just proves my point that there is minor one because it's just tired of like losing.
Look at it, dude.
Put a different camera over here, dude.
Yeah, give me a second. Keep talking. Go.
Anyways, so we're living in this like cool new environment where there's a shit ton of us, and we all have like different backgrounds, and we're seeing like this great intermingling, and we've always have like, say for example, like someone with a background in classical music, or someone with a background in, you know, you're seeing the YouTube and the Instagrams and the TikToks where people are like, oh, well, I studied like Carnatic music, but I really like jazz. So now I'm going to do a cover of Coltrane, but using this element, you know, and it's like this fusion's been happening for a long time. And of course, Coltrane himself was a product of that as well. But we're in an environment right now, safe in our town, where there's a little bit of a, we need,
don't be scared, dude,
to be more decisive in our like musical choices.
Okay.
So like, you can't limit people.
Are you saying that we have to jazz prove it?
People just got to jazz prove it a little bit more. In the recent years, we've had a surge and in like more like groups that are based in, you know, whatever Afro-Caribbean rhythms and shit like that, right? And as a bass player, I can confidently say that we are in a shortage of bass players that play this style of music.
Man, you bass players have gigs coming out of your ears.
We got gigs coming out of the ears, but for some reason, this music is an afterthought.
What music is?
Like Afro-Caribbean, Afro-Latin music, we can say.
Okay.
And it's just hard to call it that because not every group is sticking to one tradition, right?
Right. I mean, yeah,
but,
it's hard.
But it's the effect of like the real book or the fake book, quote, Latin, unquote, you know, parentheses, Latin.
Jazz Latin.
And it's not their fault either. I'm just saying, you have great musicians who are like reading, who are musically adept and, you know, can articulate on their instrument, but who see this music as something that's like, oh, I just never got into that.
Oh, I feel bad for those people.
And it's kind of like a
poor bastards.
No, it developed together, and so you should be able to play.
Yeah, I would agree. Actually, that's
this music point. As much as, you know, playing your
bebop standards. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Or you know, Michael Jackson tunes or whatever.
Yeah, that's a good point. Actually,
we are no longer in the era where it's like I didn't grow up listening to.
It's like you can't say that anymore.
You can't.
Yeah, it's all on YouTube. Like,
sorry.
Yeah.
You can't do it. Why? Because
I have all the real books on my website. Don't tell anyone.
There you go. You can't say that I didn't grow up listening to this stuff, and
including the Latin Jazz Real Book.
Yeah, Latin Jazz Real Book and Latin
the Cuban
Real
Real
Books
Book.
and the Cuban Real Books, all that stuff.
I don't even know 80% of the songs in there.
Yeah, exactly. Like we hardly use any of those songs. And the repertoire is, of course, vastly different. But I think that it's like way important. There's guys like Will Lyle who's like really good at just breaking
He's a good
down.
studier though, bro. That guy researches. Like
Yeah.
he's a, you know,
And
it's
he's hanging out. He's hanging out with
He went to Cuba and like fucking study, you know. I mean,
yeah,
he's there,
but
like,
even in New York, like he's
Right.
hanging out
He's
with
hanging
all
out
the
with
guys
those
that
guys.
play like
Yeah.
from the New Yorican style.
Right.
All
It's
the way
all
to
separate,
the Cuban
yeah.
stuff. And they'll go like, oh no, this is like machito, and he can break it down in that
Right.
early era, which is really great. And he can break it down all the way up to charanga habanera.
I think
or
he's
something
just
like
really into it though.
that. He's really into it, and in a place like New York, yeah.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Avishai Cohen said the same thing.
Right, yeah.
He's like, yeah, you have to play
You
a
have to
salsa
be able
band
to-
on
yeah.
the weekend
Right, of course.
because you got
Just to live,
You got to
yeah.
work.
Yeah. And that shit's fun. How could you not want to?
And so
That's what I don't understand is like, dude, I feel like every time I don't play African music for a while and then you like go back and you just play those tunes, it's like those rhythms are just, jazz is cool, but like jazz will never be able to play those rhythms. Like,
well, I mean, it has them built in already.
I mean, it hasn't built in, I know, but I'm
Yeah.
saying that like if you never learn that shit, you're missing out on so
like,
much.
It's like you can play Evidence, but then you have a hard time playing like a rumba, and it doesn't
Right.
make sense because it's the same thing, right? It's like syncopation.
Just blues.
Yeah, syncopation is not really like. Syncopation is not something that should be challenging. Rhythm is the most important part of playing the jazz and the Afro-Cuban and the
I
funk.
mean,
and the
honestly,
soul
I
and
learned
stuff.
16 notes from playing Afro-Cuban music.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying rhythm isn't a big fucking deal. So it's kind of like a call out to say like, hey, like we do have groups here in town who play this type of music. If you don't want to you don't want to play salsa, that's cool because salsa is not jazz. Salsa is pop music.
Right.
It just has killer rhythm.
Yeah, it's sick.
It's not like, okay, Taylor Swift is pop music, but it just doesn't have the same kind of rhythms. So for some reason, we will say like salsa has like cooler musical substance or essence to it. You know?
I would agree. Salsa is cooler than Taylor Swift.
But
yes.
But to be honest, they're both popular music that are made for people to enjoy and dance and celebrate
I
and
understand.
whatever, right?
Yeah.
And so we have to like take down that whole like barrier or whatever it is that keeps people from coming to these jam sessions, from actually learning real stylistic ways of playing this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because the era of I didn't grow up with that is over. It's long gone. That's like radio era. That's what people could say back then, you know?
Because they didn't hear it?
Because they didn't hear it. That's like, dude.
Like if you lived in a different country.
I lived in Nebraska, and all the radio stations played Mexican music, Puerto Rican music, pop music, whatever. All you had to do was go, and it's there. It's not, nobody played it at my family parties. Nobody played bluegrass at my family parties.
Right.
But guess what? If you fucking go, hey, I got a fucking bluegrass thing and I need you to do it, I'm going to be able to fucking hang in there. I don't know the repertoire, so that's where I got to study.
Yeah, but you're never going to know everything.
You're never going to know everything, but why not make our scene stronger with the musicians who are strong players coming over and learning a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of that, you know, just branching out. Because the problem is that, like, dude, I love the top 40 gigs.
I don't.
They kind of help people out, you know. They help certain people out, and you learn some cool music. You learn some crappy.
Some of it's cool, yeah.
Yeah, you learn some cool music, but the fact that pays more than original music at a nightclub, or that there's more of a draw and demand for that than anything else, is what hurts our city the most. Because that music is cool to live in the wedding and corporate scene and whatever, and, you know, a little honky-tonk bar here and there. It's cool. I'm not against it, dude. But we need people to be like, yo, let's play some original music. Let's play some music that actually is going to help, like, diversify our current scene. Like, a lot of us aren't crossing over and playing rock and indie rock bands. A lot of us aren't crossing over and playing bluegrass. A lot of us aren't crossing over and playing whatever, like shoegaze or some shit, like. Yet most people are into all this type of music. Most people's Spotify like playlist has a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Right now, there's a huge draw with like what sounds like the newer version of neo soul, right?
Really?
It's big. There's a lot of artists,
I guess, yeah,
that kind of have dipped into that, and there's certain things that are happening.
I feel like country's really huge right now.
Country's big, yeah.
Where did that come from? I was talking about this the other day. I was like, I remember like if you would have said 5 years ago that country's going to be the next thing, I think like maybe we wouldn't have really thought that.
No, it's always been there, dude. All those dudes back in the day could play country western, rhythm and blues, fucking swing some tunes, play some whatever. Guys have always been able to play all that stuff.
Yeah, but I just feel like some of the mainstream shit is country. Not that it's bad. I'm just saying it's kind of interesting.
I mean, and 2 years ago it was reggaeton.
I know, it's just weird where these things come out of nowhere. I don't know. It's just funny because I'm going to talk to Zephyr and he's playing with that. What's his name? It's like one of the biggest country guys.
Yeah, I mean
something Bryant or some shit. I don't know.
Zach Bryant.
That's it.
Yeah, and so like you, as a wicked bass player that plays fusion and writes all this incredible modern contemporary improvisational jazz or whatever, can also just turn it on and play some country.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think we all could.
It's bomb, but to respect it the way that it's supposed to sound and all that, you know what I'm saying? And that's one of the problems is that it's like, dude, playing Latin, it's not so hard. So just come over and play some Latin, dude.
Hey, bro, I love that shit.
Like drummers, pianists, bass players, horn players. And I was just walking down Old Town yesterday, like walking towards my car, and I heard a duo playing with tracks, but the singer was playing congas and singing really well, and the other guy was playing flute, and he was just crushing it, dude. On top of the tracks, he was just crushing. I'm like, damn, I would love to hire him to come play in my band. Mm-hmm. The problem is I can't put a band together because there's no draw for it, or that it's much harder in this economy to put a band that requires a minimum of 7 elements to work.
I mean, I feel like that's what's hard about it. That's a whole nother thing though. That's like making a product and selling it.
Making a product and selling it. But if you're just a musician, don't worry about it. Just come together and make the music. Uh-huh. You have to put this music out, because what happens whenever these bands do go and play these popular clubs? It's fucking cracking. What happens whenever Maracuya, 17-piece orchestra, Afro-Cuban timba orchestra plays at Lulu's? It's like pandemonium. People love it. The dance floor was so packed that there was no dancing, like,
so what are you saying?
Traditional dancing available. That there's people that are into it, and there's a lot of people that see it from the outside and go like, oh yeah, that's dope, but I just don't play that type of music because I didn't grow up with that type of music. You know what I'm saying? And it's just not fair, because we could use musicians that are much more, capable on their instruments, crossing over and learning a little bit of this, learning a little bit of that. Yeah. So I want to play in a group that plays whatever. If we put a band together, a quintet right now, I'd just be like, I got to have a percussionist as well as a drummer. Because I just don't like playing with bands that don't have a percussionist. It just kind of kills me. A drum set by itself kind of doesn't do it for me anymore.
Okay.
And I love drum set. Just like saying, I need to play in a band that has a keyboardist and a bass player, because a bass player by himself isn't going to fill out the sound the way that I want it to sound, And so this scene that we have right now, there's a lot of fucking cool musicians, especially guys that are in our generation who aren't even working with a lot of the bands, because there's like, I love X band, but there's no percussion in that music. It's like, well, is there, or do they just choose not to have it, or is it a money choice or whatever? Our problem is that our jam sessions don't have the come one, come all as much as they should. Like, and it's not like a diss or anything like that, but I think that Bill Caballero does a great job of going, you're a maniac that picked up a fucking flute out of a army, veterans outpost fucking trash can. Mm-hmm. Come play some flute on a song. We're gonna crack up. You're gonna do some shit. It's kind of a pain in the ass, but that also is like, oh, here's a little kid that's been busking, on violin. It just shows up, and now he's a regular every week, and he's crushing. You're like, that guy is getting experience. He's being exposed to this music. He's learning this repertoire. Mm-hmm. And it's like, that's amazing, dude. I love that open-mindedness that you can just go like, yeah, all right, well, you're going to have to play Cantaloupe Island on your nose flute, like whatever.
Okay.
We need that, dude. We need that. Just like the way that you branched out and touched on all kinds of other styles of music. There's a lot of people who are in that whole purist mentality, and that doesn't work anymore. It kind of hurts. It kind of hurts us because I have a problem with the scene that I'm trying to help and develop, because there's a lack of musicians who are either interested or not willing to do the work, And so it's hard for me to get substitutes for certain gigs because it's just something different, something out of the norm for them, when it's like, obviously everyone heard these songs before.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like there's more Latin players here than most cities. No?
No. I mean, when you go to New York or you go to LA,
well, I mean, those are
everybody plays some straight ahead, everybody plays some pop, everybody plays some Latin stuff, everybody plays a little bit of soul and funk and R&B.
Yeah, you're kind of right, actually. Like, there is a lot. I feel like we're one of the few people that kind of goes to all the different worlds.
So I want to help that grow.
I've been trying to tell these church guys to play some jazz, dude. They would murder.
Or play some fucking salsa and timba.
Yeah, they're scared to do it, though. You're right.
How fucking fun would it be to sit at a piano and be able to go, and just like independence and timing is everything, and it's improvising. And
I mean, they totally
embellishment. Could. Everyone could, in the jazz scene too, in the pop scene too. It's just like, it's not interesting because it's in a different language, I think. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't know what you're saying.
because you when somebody goes, it's a Latin song, it doesn't necessarily mean that this needs to have a piano tumbao on it going, it doesn't necessarily mean that. It doesn't necessarily mean that the bass has to play a tumbao. Whatever we establish is the groove and the style is going to dictate the parts and the rhythms that should be played or stylistically correct, right? Or stylistically fit, feel-wise. But I just know that it's just like, I saw the jam sessions, and they were dope. And then all of a sudden they started bringing in like Latin artists and these, Afro-Cuban trios, Alfredo Rodriguez. And then people are like, oh, that shit's dope. But it's still like another world. Now those guys are starting to use guys from other scenes, and that music, which is kind of considered world music, which is, I don't like the name of that genre, but it's cool, whatever. World music is bitching, dude. This is like the era of going back to like fusion. Like fusion was taking, Weather Report had a fucking percussionist.
Right.
Who would get up and blow a fucking whistle and hit a fucking concert bass drum, you know? And then next thing you know, I want to hear more of that. I want to hear people like get into that shit, because it's beautiful to play in the traditional ensemble, this and this and that. But I also think that we are in a city that's growing. There's a lot of musicians, more musicians than ever, yet people are still very compartmentalized and just like, oh, I won't do that. Oh, I won't take that gig because I don't play that type of music, So you got to step out a little bit. It's one thing to go like, there's somebody you could call for that gig. You got upright bass players up the fucking wazoo in this town. There's a bunch of bad motherfuckers. You need a fucking dude to play it. Don't call me to play it like straight ahead. I don't play upright.
Get it together, Omar.
No, I don't play upright.
Son of a bitch.
When I get a call and they go, hey, can you have an upright? I'm like, no. Oh, but you play upright? I don't have an upright though. That's a choice. That's different. You know.
Wait, why is it different?
Because it's a different instrument.
Just come to the jazz side, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I'll come to the jazz and I'll play some fucking electric bass. I'll play some Stanley Clarke electric bass or some Jaco shit, you know, like. But the problem is going to the jazz thing and trying to make it sound like an upright bass is not my thing, you know. And the repertoire is something that I don't know, but it's cool because there's repertoire that I do know, and there's you know, real books and iReal and all that kind of shit. I want to hear more of these big bands like what you guys do with Soul Sunday with percussionists and horns and all this stuff.
Yeah, well, I feel a whole way about that. I wish that we would. I need to get those guys more organized.
Yeah, but I want big bands. I'm tired of fucking DJs. I love DJs, but I'm tired of that being equated with a live band because it's different.
Wait, what do you mean equated with a live band?
Like,
that is the live band?
Oh, we need live entertainment, but we can't afford this big band, so we're just going to get a DJ.
I feel like they pay the DJs more.
Oh, DJs make more than we do on average. But the problem is not, look, I'm not hating on nobody's hustle. The problem is that they're not the same fucking thing. I love DJs. I love good DJs.
We had a good DJ last Soul Sunday.
It's an experience. They're dope.
Yeah.
They're entertainers.
If you have a good one, yeah.
Oh, fuck
yeah. It is a skill.
Totally.
Yeah, it's kind of tight.
I was in Miami. We played, Jungle Fire played. And then the fucking DJ took over afterwards. DJ, I'm forgetting.
Khaled?
He was sick as fuck. No, dude, the DJ was sick, dog. Like, we were watching him, we're like, and he's playing all this shit.
Yeah, when they loop stuff and like mix in and then overlay shit, or it's tight.
They bring out tracks that you're like,
yeah,
what the fuck is that?
Yeah, or it's a weird crossover and it works though, and it's like crazy.
Yeah, and so it's like, I love them. They're tastemakers, dude.
Yeah.
DJs are really in tune with that, you know? But how are you going to be like, oh, yeah, we want to party and our theme is going to be, God, I hate this one, Great Gatsby. Roaring 20s. Can you guys bring a jazz trio? I'm like, that was the era of... Great Gatsby means like big and extravagant.
Like the big band, yeah.
It's big band. So you got to pay for that, you know? Well, I could just put Frank Sinatra on and it's the same thing with the Afro-Cuban side too, or with soul bands, or with like Earth, Wind and Fire. You want to play Earth, Wind and Fire?
Right, you need the whole, like, yeah.
You need the band, dude. And so I'm like all for growing the bands and making bands bigger, and that's what I was like bringing up, is that I want to see more of us making music and kind of mixing in and going.
I think what it is like, I think we have to make more of like bands here.
Original music.
Like we don't really have, it's always just like, yeah, like there needs to be, it has to be like a project. Otherwise it's just like whatever.
Because we're overrun with casual gigs.
Yeah, it really is.
And casual gigs hurt the economy.
Well, I mean, in what way? What do you mean? Just by like, what's a casual gig? Just playing like
a casual,
just like trio or quartet somewhere?
Or no, it's not that. It's the fact that music is the afterthought.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Music is not the.
It's just like a.
It's not
like
a show. It's a gig.
Like a flower vase in the corner, and you just put flowers. Oh, we need flowers.
Hey, we need background music.
Yeah, it's always that. You're right.
That's hurtful.
Rather than
some of the most incredible musicians I know,
even at Lulu's, it's like
being hired to be a background piece for somebody's environment, for somebody's experience. Now I get it if you're like, oh, okay. I was speaking of Lulu's, talking about combining certain
it isn't
musical elements and a protocol to line up with some of the food experience. Maybe there's dancers, maybe there's this. That's creating an experience. The fact that people go like, yeah, I want a string quartet to play over there in that corner while we're all over here talking. It's kind of like, you guys watch a lot of movies, period pieces about like Victorian era, like.
So what would you rather it be like?
Do you think that Haydn was fucking background music?
I mean,
for maybe. Like, you know, the Eisenstadt fucking.
Probably.
No, he was. They built him. Oh shit. They built him a whole
theater,
fucking theater, to present.
Yeah, but it's because they were rich and there was all these plebs just in the other outside the walls.
But people would go and just be like, it was really entertainment. They were like listening and
because there's a flex.
And of course, fools were drinking and being stupid. You know, that's cool. That's part of the vibe and the ambience too, as well. You know, the environment. But I want to see bands like that are like, fuck yeah, like I'm inspired. I love Baby Bushka. Baby Bushka was dope as fuck. I think they're done now, right?
I don't know.
Baby Bushka had a vision. Baby Bushka had entertainment, wardrobe, fucking introduction, rising action, climax, the whole plot, you know? We kind of don't do that enough with certain elements that we have here.
It wasn't their music, though.
It wasn't their music, but the show and the concept was super cool.
Original.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's dope. That's entertainment. Now, say a group like, I can pick at Juicebox, because it's our group, right? We're two elements of
All right, shit on them. Go.
What I can shit on Juicebox about is that there's no show element to it. It's a performance of original music. So therefore, it has to be presented in a way for people where people are coming to listen to original compositions. And original compositions with improvisation. Now, when you put Juicebox in an element where people aren't there to listen, people want to be entertained, then it's a different band, and that band doesn't work in that element. There's certain things that you see that go over really well with an audience, and there's certain things that just like, it doesn't feel good to be advertised as, oh, come watch this, and then you're like, wow, there's people that are going to show up to this expecting a show, and we're more of a presentation. Right? So I want to like do my part. I think I need to start bringing some of my original music and performing some of it. I want to play with rhythm and percussionists, dude. I'm tired of letting a drummer work the whole time, work his ass off to hold a groove and not be like as whatever supported as a keyboardist or a singer or a guitar or whatever. Like, so I'm kind of like, let's bring some big.
That's one thing I like about the church gig is like the fact that there is a track.
Yeah,
is like the drummer can kind of just do more.
Yeah, they play better.
Yeah, because they don't have to just play the necessary, whatever the track is.
It doesn't have to be a track. It could just be like some percussionists that are
right.
You know,
right.
That's whenever you're playing in an Afro-Cuban group.
Right.
One of the drummers drops out. The other guys are still in charge of keeping the rhythm, as well as the musicians and everybody else, like the other supporting instruments. Whenever a bass player is like, oh, take a solo, and the song is like super groovy, and then you drop the bass line out, if the groove isn't like fat and dense, then it sounds like the whole ass fell out of the fucking music. You know what I'm saying? And then everything you play sounds like a small ass.
What are you saying? Small asses are bad?
No, each their own. To each their own. But yeah, I think that we're like such a big scene right now. Like, I know so many musicians. I can't go anywhere without seeing somebody that I know. You know, the other day I showed up early to host Bill's jam, and here comes Rashad walking his dog. I was just like,
yeah, he lives right there.
It's like, dude, I never see that guy because I never play with him. And then he's just there. I'm like, there's a lot of musicians in San Diego, dog.
Yeah.
And we have certain places for them to perform. There's a new place opening up downtown that is made for live music.
What is it?
It's called El After. It's opening soon, this summer. A big giant stage.
Is this your guy?
My friend.
What's his name? Or you don't have to say his name, but I know who you're talking about. The guy from Zarape,
the
other day when we were eating.
Yep. And he's a music lover. And he's into bands and like big groups.
You were saying that, yeah.
Like, so there's a time and place for smaller groups, and I love small groups too. I like playing in a trio. I love playing in a trio with a percussionist and a horn player and bass, which is part of one of the bands that I have down in Mexico City. Is that there's no chordal element, there's no drum set.
Because you guys don't like minor one.
Because we don't like major one, but it's cool, and that can be presented in a certain way. But if you hired that band to come play at a club where people are like drinking and want to dance,
right?
I'm gonna say no. I'm just gonna go ahead and say no to that one, dog. DJ would serve you way better in that element, but a fucking badass, big, powerful sounding band would serve you way better than that, you know. So I want people to build big bands, dude. I want to see big bands. There's a lot of horn bands in town. They're dope. There's some really freaking cool bands, cool projects out there that I really love, that are kind of like going on the road and repping SD, whether or not they're like representing all of the musicians or all of the culture here. It's pretty cool. Bands like Boostive, and you know, B-side players, of course, is like one of the older institutions that still hits the road, still takes the vibe of San Diego, of, you know, border town, big freaking mix of music, and goes out there and rocks parties and rocks, you know, nightclubs and bars and theaters and festivals. And I think that there's tons of potential, and I think that our generation can't let that go by, because the next generation already picked it up. They're already running with it, you know. Our generation needs a little more push to be like, make more original music.
Why haven't we done that?
I think we went through personally. We went through school, and we jumped into it at a time where it was like, oh man, we gotta pay fucking bills. Most of us aren't down to do the jump in the van thing and go for no money, you know? And most of us aren't
right now anymore.
Yeah, and most of us aren't down to live with a shitload of roommates.
I feel like we all already did that.
We did it, but a lot of us didn't create our own bands. Afro Jazzy got to come back, you know?
Yeah, dude, we got to bring that one back. We got to record that record.
Yeah, I actually was working on an arrangement.
I have the hard drive here somewhere.
Yeah, and bring that band back. Let's book that band here in town. How hard would it be to reinvent that?
I mean, we still have all that. It wouldn't be that hard.
We already have a repertoire, but we would probably write new stuff for it, bring new tunes.
It would be way cooler now than it was back then.
Yeah, and what did we have? 3 percussionists. We had horns, guitar, bass, sometimes singers, sometimes keys.
I just like that name.
Yeah. Herbie Man, dog. Herbie Man. Yeah, bro. I think that, man, I keep saying I think the scene is like so close to being cracking. There's a lot of fucking really good bands, like young bands. I love seeing that shit. When we were in our like younger era, early 20s, there wasn't a lot of bands of our peers. Right now there's a bunch of young bands, like groups, you know?
I mean, I don't know. Is there? Like what?
There's a bunch. Like I see that scene, I think of them as being like the younger scene.
I guess I'm just not really in that scene.
Yeah. But they come to your events and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, I just don't know who they are.
And they're using a lot of the same musicians, like Helena Holleran.
Right.
You know? She has Julian on drums.
Mm. Yeah. I mean, cool band. Uh-huh. I mean, I told Julian to do his shit, but he'll never do it. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, he needs to bring that back. I like, Lexi still does Kili Kili, you know? Which that's cool. Heather has her project. Amy Jacobs is out doing like solo piano stuff, I think. And now she's been putting together like a trio or something I saw. I try to keep up with our friends and our scene, and kind of like who has what band, you know, and what's the band doing? Are they recording some original stuff, or are they just doing like cool arrangements of some other shit? That's dope too.
Yeah.
I need to like do my part to help kind of connect and also bring that Latin vibe to a lot of these elements, a lot of these groups.
Latin vibe.
For a lack of better words, but yeah.
I want to bring the Latin vibe.
Yeah, it's just like sometimes I hear bands, I'm like, dude, you guys need a percussionist, bro. You guys need a fucking shaker right now.
You guys need some minor one.
You need some minor one, dude. You guys need some background singers, bro.
Need a little 6 chord in there. Come on, dude.
Just like, come on, man. I come from that era or that schooling where it's like you play and you get your hand. You can sing. You're not playing a horn, so you better sing, and you better fucking dance a little bit too. If it's dance music, of course. Bill Caballero's jam is on hiatus again.
Oh, it is? I can never go because on Tuesdays.
Yeah, and so he's looking for a new home. I think there's a couple of possible places, but that place is like, it's a hip spot to be. The repertoire might be a little, you know. He's got books of a bunch of stuff, but when people show up, he can't just be like, yeah, play this song, but play it as a, you know, this style of music, because it's like, who can play that style of music? Or who knows that? Who knows what to play? Mm. And so that's always been the cool part about that jam, is that it's like, yeah, man, let's do fucking whatever, blue bossa as a merengue. Then you're just like, oh, here we go. It's a shit show. Or do blue bossa as like a 6/8, halftime 6/8 or something, you know.
You know, blue bossa's from the 6.
You know, blue bossa is not really a bossa, right?
It's jazz Latin, bro. Come on.
I'm against the differentiation anymore, dude. It's all the same shit to me.
Come on, you don't like Elvin's Latin?
Yeah, I love Elvin Mambos, dude.
I'm just kidding.
They're the best.
I know.
The right percussionist knows how to play to that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I find it weird that like some people aren't in, or they don't. It would be weird to dismiss like a certain kind of music. I feel like I would be into everything. I mean, not everything. If it kind of just doesn't sound good or feel good, I'm not going to be into it.
I've been playing with a lot of instrumental groups that are playing like instrumental soul or funk or whatever, and people fucking love it. People dance and fucking jam along, and it's just like, what's the difference between this and just like sitting down and playing like Pat Metheny songs? Chord changes?
I mean, I think a lot. I think that
the fact that one of them is presentational and the other one is a show?
I think one is just vibes more in the sense of like jammy, like you can dance to it and not really have to think hard, and you feel it more. I just don't think the Pat Metheny shit is easy to like, oh yeah, let's party.
But like, I think when Pat Metheny was in his like younger heyday, dudes were partying and listening to Pat Metheny.
They're all on coke. They're all fucking tripping out in the 80s. Like
that was cool. When you see those old Weather Report concerts and people were just like, and Weather Report was dope because they were actually doing that fusion thing where they would play fucking funky rhythms and disco and whatever with a heavy, heavy jazz and improvisational, you know, whatever, you know, firm intent. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's time to really like step it up, and I want to see more big bands.
Honestly, I've been wanting to get the Soul Sunday band like more dialed, because I feel like we go in there and like kind of just wing it each time, and it is fun, but at the same time, it's like, dude, I want to hear some fucking Earth, Wind, and Fire intro, like churchy, like just huge, like unison, fucking shreddy, whatever.
Yeah. Is it a pretty like democratic group, or is there a hard, hard MD?
No, there's not really. That's the problem. I know, but it's like we like
one guy that says, "This is the chord. Don't play any notes that aren't on this."
Right, but the thing is that like you have to have someone that's going to sit down and write all this stuff out and to have the foresight and imagination to do this, and then everyone's got to come and learn it. It's like I feel like that's something we lack here.
It's not even writing it out because they could just record.
I'm not saying writing out. I'm saying like you have to compose.
Plan the whole thing.
You got to like, okay, this is what we're doing. We're going to do this intro. Ba-da, ba-ba-da-da-da, whatever it is. Like, I don't know. And then we go into blah, blah, blah. And like DJ and all those guys and Steve, they're good at thinking of like cool medleys of songs. Like, we're going to play this whatever song into this whatever. Okay, and that's cool too. I like that. But at the same time, I'm like, guys, we should just like not play those songs though. We should like just play something else.
Yeah, just write a cool intro to it. And how easy is it to write a cool intro? Easy. Now, commit it to memory or write it down or record it and then repeat.
Like, that's the thing is we got to have like Soul Sunday like tunes.
You can't change the repertoire every time. It's cool to change the repertoire all the time.
But yeah, that's the thing is like they have certain things where they sing like they have this thing like it's so Sunday, how's your Sunday? It's like there is like a thing they do every time, and I keep saying like, guys, we should make that into something. But it's like we have to. It's like you got to corral everyone. I feel like we don't. That's the hard part here. It's like, yo, everyone just shows up for the gig.
Yeah, everyone will show up for the gig, and sometimes it just takes one or two elements just going like, all right, let's link up and let's throw a loop down and record all these parts and start building it. And then start bringing everybody in to record their own shit.
Yeah, that's.
Because then it's you guys are like a dream team. The band is dope. And then when you do that, you'll hear who's playing something cool and who's playing some bullshit, and you'll be able to correct and redirect that energy and be like, okay, that part's not good for you. Try this part. You know, what serves the tune? What serves the because. You gotta play the same set. Like what makes bands good is when they go on tour
and they play their
same
shit
fucking thing every night.
And it's like a comedian doing their skit.
Dude, then you just refine the shit out of it.
Yeah, I get it, and I feel like we tend to lack that somewhat.
And every time you go, and I was talking to this Cuban guy about it the other day. Playing timba music is really hard because it takes virtuosity in every instrument. There is no easy instrument to play in that ensemble. And part of what makes it all work is that your part is your fucking part and you don't add any extra spice because you are salt. And as soon as you add more of yourself, you ruin the fucking recipe. And so if it's not arranged and it's not done with great, like taste and understanding, then you are adding too much salt and you are over seasoning the music. So I think that with incredible musicians that are contained and well formed is when you get those groups, super groups like fucking, Snarky Puppy or Earth, Wind & Fire and Tower of Power and whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Every dude is a killer, but they're playing their parts.
I mean, the thing is that someone has to write all this shit.
Well, you just have to have a good director that everyone respects and defers to. Because if the musical director has to be able to hear what everybody's playing and know that the parts that he intends for people to play are being played, and hear whenever it's like, oh, we are in need of a change. We're in need of direction. We're okay. Is everybody on the same page? Is everybody paying attention or is everybody fucking off? It's just like you show up to a brand new job, and then you go like, nah, fuck that. I'm not listening to that manager. How the fuck you gonna do that? You're gonna go work at Black Angus and then be like,
hey, these fools don't know about Black Angus
I'm not going to let nobody tell me what to do. Dude.
Hey, they don't know about those days.
Hey, you hired me already, but I'm not going to let you tell me what to do.
That was me. That was me.
I do me.
That was me.
And they're all, but you're supposed to serve table 14.
Nah.
And you're like,
that's Omar's table. Get out of here. I don't want them.
That table doesn't work with what I do. Oh,
dude, I hated that job.
Of course you did.
That shit sucked.
You're not meant to be, doing that job. You're meant to be playing guitar. But yeah, I think that, dude, these big projects, man. I love Surefire because Surefire has the trajectory and the intent and the vision, and everybody in that group knows that there's one person, and it's their band. It's a democratic thing. It's whatever, and they do a really good job of splitting up royalties and all kinds of shit like that and pay. But there's a guy that's like, we're going for this sound, so everyone's like, okay, cool, and adds their little flavor, and it's too much. Oh, I'm not really feeling that. Cool. Everybody has the right to say that. Yeah, I think Soul Sunday, that group is dope. That group needs a name.
That's the other thing.
Soul Sunday's a cool name too, though.
Just call it that?
Why not?
I guess, yeah. I need to get those guys together, and it needs to be I want to play a sick ass church. Some of the church intros that are just badass. That's what I'm saying, dude. Yeah.
Or all the Thai tribute stuff.
It needs to be that, and then we go into
superhero music.
Just whatever. It'd be sick, dude. Superhero music.
It's like superhero music. But yeah.
Or sometimes we'll play the intro, or we'll play the hell is it called? The Earth, Wind, and Fire tune. Bop, 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 bop.
Oh.
Bang. What is that?
In the Stone? No.
The hell is that called? Ba 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 dum bang. Ba da 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 da. What the hell is that?
I'm mixing it up.
God.
It's not. Would you mind?
No. Ba da da. Ba da da. What the hell is Can I Love?
Yeah, Can I Love.
There's cool intro. I don't know. It just needs to be arranged, and I just feel like sometimes we're freeballing it a little too much. It's not bad, but it's just that.
Yeah, with clear musical direction.
It would be just free jazz all the time. It's no, guys, we got to play a tune, and let's play that intro
and play your part exactly like you did last time. My recent,
and then we can substitute whatever. Maybe something happens in the middle.
The more I play, say with a band like Surefire, the less my parts become. We play these songs so much that now my shit is distilled. My bass line is the exact same bass line, and usually I'm gonna hit the same fill that I know works to kick the next section.
Right.
And there'll be a little bit of here and there where you get to step out, but for the most part, that band is dialed. So then when you go put that band on the stage, it's well, you guys are fucking tight. It's yeah, we played these songs.
Would you say that you guys are sure?
Yeah, we're pretty sure about what we're playing.
All right, dude, we're ranting. What time is it?
2:24.
Oh, damn.
I gotta go let the dogs out. Poor bastards. Dude, my dogs are kick ass right now. Even the new guy. The new guy's name is Tetlan Xolochuyani, but his nickname is Cheto. He's such a pain in my fucking ass when we first got him, but now he's pretty dialed.
This guy's got straight Aztec dogs. All right, so what merch do you want? Your U minor 1 team? Because I'm making merch for both. By the way, guys,
minor 1.
I'm making minor 1 shirts. I'm making no such thing as minor 1 shirts. I'm making both on one shirt, whatever. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. You'll see it. I'm gonna take a poll on who wants what, and then I'm gonna make those first. So then you can rep minor 1 or not, or you can rep both, or you can just jazz prove it. All right, Omar, you're not online anymore, so no one look for him. Elon kicked him off Twitter. Mark Zuckerberg said, nah. Wait, does Mark own IG too, right?
I was rattling the cage too much, We're all in the cage, and they don't like it when somebody starts.
I got my Facebook deleted. I still haven't figured that out.
Have you been able to log into what page? Where did you lose? You lost one?
I lost my personal one. ElectricLouieLand page is still up, but I can't do anything to it because I can't get into the normal one.
You know,
I don't know what the deal is.
I'm tired of that shit too.
Have you heard of Nostr?
Nah.
Yeah, no one knows, dude. It's all right.
I'm tired of it.
It's like decentralized social media.
Oh, God. Look at you you're talking about. What's wrong with you, man? I am running a social media page, and I am creating content, but that's all I see myself as is like a content creator on there. I have a Facebook, though. My Facebook is still OMAR LOPEZ, and I kind of ignored it for a while, but I've been using it lately to kind of like as a personal account. I don't want to have a personal Instagram.
I got to get mine back. Fuck.
Yeah.
All right.
Facebook is bitching.
You're just going old school. You're going back to Facebook.
Old man. I'm gonna get a MySpace.
Wait, is MySpace still around?
Probably spam. Probably full of bots.
All right. There's no such thing as minor one. Omar don't know what he's talking about.
Minor one all day.
Just prove it.